Good morning. I've got a new kind of debriefing to start doing on my channel here. And that is a debriefing of the witnessing of a Borough Council meeting in Roaring Spring. I was there again last night, Monday night, and I spoke to them again. And I think in a second video, directly after this one, I'm going to do a facsimile, a replica of what I had to say to the Borough Council. But just a few things around that. They know me now. They come in the door and they say, "Hi, Frank." Some of them do. They remember because I've been there to several other meetings and presented before. They had an executive meeting, so a lot of us were standing around waiting until the executive meeting was over, and then we went in. And the news that I want to share, I think, is that essentially the idea of a database in Roaring Spring, I think it's virtually dead. It was squashed as a rumor by the present owner of the site, and not to say that it couldn't come back, but there were two others, a pretty old lady and a young man, presented about that rumor and that possibility, and about getting the town ready to not be caught by surprise. In both cases, they were against it. Now, my presentation was a little different from that, and I'll tell you about that soon. But apparently, there's liable to be nothing more actionable until January of 2027. The site owner has told the correspondent, and I was sitting right beside the Katie Keith. She's the correspondent, the newspaper reporter for the Herald, and she's covering this story. And he had told her, and she passed it on in an article in the newspaper, that, well, no, she just told me this, I think, that he said he'd call her in January. He'd let her know when there was news, because in a few weeks, or certainly by August, the demolition will be done. But then preparing the ground for him to sell it. I guess I'm kind of putting this together because I think he does have some kind of a master plan, and seeding it and making it all look nice for sale, I guess is what he means. And it'll require permits, he had told her. He knew he was going to have to come to get permits to do some of what was required to do the preparation of the site. So that's kind of been put to rest, they think. I'm not ready to go to rest on the matter. And I would like to say that the town was not made a fool of to respond to that rumor. It woke the town up, and it made them aware that they are there and they're watching and they have a voice. And so if something comes up that would really damage Roaring Spring or be distasteful to Roaring Spring, they will have a chance to speak. And it's a little bit complicated by the fact that the paper mill site is mostly not in the borough, but in the township. And the township is much bigger, similar sized population, but much, much bigger in area. And most of that area is within the township. Some of it's within the borough, although the people that are going to be most impacted by whatever happens there are in the borough. All right, that's just about that. Now, I'm going to go on in a second video here to present more or less what I presented to them. Bye for now.